So this was grams per liter. There's still a little lag, okay. And then we're gonna go to ounces per gallon, right? Okay, so like that. Okay, so you need to get from grams to ounces and from liters to gallons. So that's sort of the main thing you have to do. Now you've got a table, right? So, and you guys can all play this game. In your table, so I need to know what I can get from what to what. How can I connect grams and ounces in your table? Is there one row of your table that has grams and ounces, or do I have to go through a couple of rows?
I'm thinking you almost answered my question already. Okay, so grams to ounces. I'm looking at it now. Let's see, here's grams. There's one.
There's one that goes right from grams to ounces. Okay, so in that case, we have this like direct thing from grams to ounces. Okay, good. So that should make this pretty simple. And what about from liters to gallons? So I have a direct thing in the table for liters to gallons?
Yes.
Oh, I do. Okay, well, in that case, then this turns out to be really easy then. So this will be harder in some of the other cases, right? So if I have a direct path
hold on just a second. No, because does it matter if it's on the first unit or the second unit?
Nope, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be in the same row, right? I just need a row that's got liters and gallons and a row that's got grams and ounces.
And I have that.
Okay, then we have that. I mean, if I was going to go, for example, to teaspoons down here, right, then I think we'd have to go through another couple of hoops, right, to get there, right? So the way I do it now is just this thing called unit analysis, right? So we start off with grams per liter, right? I want ounces per gallons, right? And I just basically use kind of in a way fake out. I just view these kind of like variables, right? And I want to get rid of the grams up here and I want to replace it with ounces, right? So, you know, if I just sort of look at these as variables, I can put an ounces up here and a grams down here, right? And then, you know, sort of the rules of multiplication say, well, you know, I can cancel these guys out, right? And I'm left with ounces per liters. Right?
Okay.
And then I want to replace the liters on the bottom with gallons, right? So I want to cancel the liters out. So I put the liter up here and the gallon down here, right? And then I just go through and, you know, cancel those things out. And I'm left with ounces per gallon.
Right.
Right. So in the end, right, now suppose in the end I have 50, you know, whatever grams per liter, right? Suppose that's what I start with, right? Okay, so, but now I see what to do. I want to multiply by ounces per gram, and I want to multiply by liters per gallon, right? Right, and now we just look at the table. So the 50 just sits there, right? Okay, and then I'm going to have, you know, and this will be grams per liter. So I'll go ahead and write that. I'll just put that unit in there, right? Okay, and then now we have to actually look at our table, right? And so what cell is ounce? So look at the row that has ounces and grams. Which row is that?
Row 14.
Row 14. And is ounces in A or D?
Ounces is in B.
In B. Okay, so it'll be B14 over, so where is grams in E then?
Oh, no, you want the number. You want the number, right?
So no, I want the cell reference because that's what I want you to do, right? So I want the actual.
Don't you want the number in the cell reference, not the word ounces?
No, okay, I just want the cell reference.
Right, so it is A14.
It's A14, okay, so sorry, okay, so let me get rid of that. Oh wait, I thought I could just push that and it would erase. I guess not. Okay, how do I make things erase? I don't want to clear the page. I just want to erase. I don't want to clear the page. Okay, how do I make things erase?
If you just
there we go. There we go.
You can hit the back button. I think it'll undo it.
There you go.
Okay, so we had A14. Okay, and then the so this is ounces and the grams and is in D14. All right. And then the units there are ounces and ounces and grams, right? Like that, right? Okay, and then times, right? And then now we want this liter per gallon, right? So the same question, right? You know, what row is this in? And then is the gallon in A or D in, you know, the liters? So where are those?
Okay, so the gallon per liter is in row 19, but A, yeah, A19.
A is the gallon or the liter part? It's
A
important,
is
right?
the liter part.
A is the liter part. Okay, so A19, okay. And then D19 for the gallon part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this would be liter per gallon, right? Okay, so, you know, whatever these things are, these are now numbers, right? That's a number, that's a number, that's a number, right? And in terms of the units now, we can go through and do our little cancellation, right? You got that canceled, right? We got that canceled, right? And so all together, we've got 50. That's coming from that number right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Times, and then we have this A14, A over D14 times, right? And then we have this A19 over D19 times, and then what are the final units? Well, what's left here is ounces and gallons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, like that. Right. So, I mean, the only hard part is figuring out what do I need to multiply by, right? And then the rest is just sort of looking up the relevant cell in the table and putting that into your chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's right. So you know, in your little chart, you know, there's sort of two places. One place you want a formula. So let's see here. So here you want like OZ over G, right? And over here, you're going to put in the formula equals, right, A14 over D14.
Right.
Right. And then in the end, when you get to the final thing, you're just going to multiply together that cell and the 50, right, or whatever was there, right, and multiply those together. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I just was doing it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing it like this. It was more like the unit conversion video that you showed us first. That that we played. It's in the Excel chart. It says unit conversion the easy way.
I think it's got to be the same way I do it. I mean, if it's is it my video or someone else's video?
It's someone else's video.
Okay, well then they may do things.
It's the unit conversion one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
There are lots of ways to do this, right? And so the game I play is to just look at how I get from one thing to the other, and then try to cancel things out, right? So sort of take it as a game in a way, right? Instead of, because like when I'm doing this, I don't worry about, you know, what is an ounce, what is a gallon, what is a, you know, it just never comes up, right?
Right. But like how you have just you have just the letters that represent ounces, gallons, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because in that video they actually put the numbers in front of them. So if it's like 1 kilogram, he actually wrote 1 kilogram.
Sure. Yeah.
And then at the end of the video, he explained that if the 1 is on the top, we divide, and if the 1 is on the bottom, we multiply.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so that's here, right? I mean, those are numbers, right? That's a number, and those are numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I guess the point is, these are distracting things in a way, right? In terms of the logic and in terms of figuring out what to do, right?
Yeah.
I think it's better to just deal with the units first, right? So just do this sort of calculation I did up here first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go through and sort of organize things, right? So in that chart, so let me bring up the actual chart now. So let me bring up a copy of it. This is I got to remember what this is and where this is. So this is this was topic 2. Okay, so this is topic 2. And this is ExtraDQ6. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sorry, my cat's about to jump on the computer and cause problems, I'm sure. Okay, so let me save it. Let me save a copy of this. Save as. If I accidentally write on these, then it on these ones that I open, and it turns out that the next time I teach the class, that the students get the one that I've done stuff on. So I have to make sure I save a new copy of it here.
Man.
Okay, so there we go, right? So let's see, which one was that? That was this one right here, right? Okay, and we did that work, and we said that, and now I actually have to go back and look at the work because I totally forgot what we did. See, I even forgot what we did. We did ounces per gram, right? So over here, I've got OZ per gram, right? And then we did liters per gallon. Oh, gallon, right? And what we ended up with was ounces per gallon down here, right? So, I mean, filling out these is the hard part, right? That's the hard part. Now it's trivial, right? I put an equal sign, and I just come up here and say, where were my, and I do have to scoot over, where were my ounces and where were my grams, right there, right? So it's this ounces over grams, right? Right. So I fill that out, right? And then I go, okay, now I need this L over gallon, right? So again, I put my equal sign, right? And I come up here and say, okay, where's my liters and where's my gallons? I mean, you need to make sure that things are in the chart, right? And so it'll be this divided by that. Did I do that in the right order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So getting these things correct is where the work is. This, right? This is just like going up in the chart and finding it and putting an equal sign, right? See what I mean, right? And then this is just, the product. So equal, this times that, right? And that's it. Oh, and I was right. See what I mean? That's the way I think about it, right? Now I will admit there's lots and lots and lots of ways to do unit conversion. So this is just what I would do.
Yeah, like you said, there are a lot of ways, and I think that the video that he kind of wanted more focus on the numbers and not necessarily the units. I mean, of course he wanted to focus on the units, but it was more, so where's your one, and you're constantly like referring back to this chart, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we like here, we can just play that game like here, right? I want to get from teaspoon per pounds to ounces per kilogram, right? I mean, let's just sort of play that game, all right? kg, right? Okay. So I want ounces on top. I have teaspoons on top. So then you want to come back in this chart and say, well, how can I do that? Do I have an ounces to teaspoon? So I have teaspoon to milliliter, right? And that's all I have, I think. I think that's all we have, right? It's teaspoon to milliliter. Now, can I get from milliliter to ounce? And then we look over here and say, yeah, there we go, milliliter to ounce, right? So I can do that, right? So I have to make two jumps, right, this time, right? So it's coming here to my right. So I've got to go from, now I see, and see, I've already forgot what I was trying to do. It's teaspoon to ounce, right? So I got to go, right, I got to go teaspoon to milliliter to ounce, right? In that order, right? So that's the sort of order I need to do things in, right? And then you just start doing it, right? So up here, so I want to get rid of the teaspoons in the top. So I want teaspoons in the bottom, right? So like that, right? And then I had a way of getting from milliliters to teaspoons. I think maybe we use a capital L. Let me double check. You actually, that's something we grade on, so we want to get that right. Teaspoon, yeah, milliliter. It's capital L there, right? Okay. Well, so now what do I have when I multiply these together? I have ml over lb, right? Because the teaspoons cancel, right?
Right.
But I don't want the ml there. I want an oz there, right? So now I go to oz to ml, right? And actually, we want to be a little bit careful here. This is actually FLOZ, right? Because there's a weight and there's a volume version of ounce, right? So you want to be a little bit careful about that. In fact, I want to be careful about that here, right? It should be FLOZ, right? Like that. Okay, so when I do this calculation now, I've got fluid ounces on top and I have pounds on bottom, right? So now I just need to get from pounds to kilograms, and I want to get rid of the pounds in the bottom here, right? So there'll be LB over kg. I mean, I know that's what I need to have, right? We can come up here and say, does that exist? And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, right there, right? It exists right there, right? And then you just go back and in these orders, right? You know, like I
Mhm.
don't even have to think about this. I just need to say equals, and I want ml over teaspoon. So I come up here and I say, you know, ml, so that's there, and I want it to be over the teaspoon part, which is there, right? And you
Right.
just do that, right? You do that for that and that, right? And then you multiply them together, right, to get the answer. See what I
Right.
mean? I think this is the easiest way to do it.
I do too.